What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another SLA video. That's right, the driest game on the planet currently as we stand and sit, whichever one you plan to do, is going to be getting an update finally, and we're hoping that this update does some magical things to revive some of the sparkle this game had for a long time, as a matter of fact, and we are hoping to see good things come in July. Now, one thing that's going to be coming in July for sure is the collab. You guys are currently aware of this. Most of you guys have already seen it. One of the collab units have already been revealed. The second one is now officially being revealed as well. I'll put the volume down here. You guys can see there is the actual outline of the character. And this character is Shuhua. I hope I'm saying this correctly. And she will also be joining on July 3rd. Now, this is going to be obviously two banners coming out at the exact same time with the exact same collab. It's going to be the Idle collab. You guys can see IDLE. The G is now officially gone, and they are known as this. Now, for those who are just joining and are planning to join the game because of this collab, welcome to the game, number one. And number two, they are apparently going to be a little bit different in terms of acquisition. Yes, you will be able to summon for them, but Netmarble has already said that both of the units that are coming out together, both the collab units, will be a little bit simpler to get versus what we have been doing all along, which essentially is summoning. Now, we've already talked a little bit about some of these units and what we think about them. We don't know much about what they're actually going to do, but to get you guys prepared for the collab, also to get you guys ready for very hard story mode, I'm going to go over the SJW build that we normally do. If there's anything that's changed, what you guys should focus on, and how you want to build your Sung Jin Woo to get yourself ready for, number one, finishing WOBL, number two, very hard mode in case they do actually make it difficult, and I pray to God they do, and then number three, of course, getting yourself as much resources as possible to get yourself a character. Now, again, hoping the only way this will be successful is if, number one, the characters are easy to acquire, because there's a lot of them coming. There's 5 of these girls coming, and 3 of them are coming in the next banner, while 2 of them are appearing now. Plus, we obviously have Jinna that's going to be part of the month. I don't know when and where. They haven't really discussed it. Plus, we're supposed to be getting her storyline, the What If storyline as well, along the way, right? Now, there is a roadmap, of course, that they have been somewhat following. I'm going to go over this roadmap with you guys super quick before I go over to the SJW part, and I want to go over a little bit of what to expect in this roadmap. Now, we've kind of talked about this already in a different video, but I do want to at least show you guys what the roadmap looks like. Okay, again, just so everyone's reminded. Now, Jinna was supposed to come out in the month of June. I think it's June or July. Let me see right here. Okay, so what if? So July, you guys see right here, July, right? But nowhere in here did it mention the actual collab. So here's the story new difficulties coming out. The new story, Naga, the architect of the system, that's coming out as well. So they've kept their word in regards to this. This has not changed. Now, the what if Sung Jinna was, a hunter? That story is yet to be revealed when that is happening, because this is July. It could be anywhere between beginning to end, technically, right? And we are supposed to also be getting the Instance Dungeon Encore. Now, you guys can see here, Battlefield of Chaos floor expansion. They actually made this earlier, so they pushed this one back a little bit. So it hasn't necessarily been following to a T. Like Power Destruction is also going to be introduced in July. So there's a couple different things, but I'm not sure when the If Sung Jinna story is going to come out. If it's going to be this month or if it's going to be pushed back again, we'll find out very soon. But we are getting this new story difficulty coming out, which is very hard mode. And I'm praying, like I said, number one, it's actually challenging. And number two, it actually goes all the way from the beginning till now. Now, before I continue on with the SJW build, I do want to remind everybody, we're talking about resources and how you need them. Make sure, guys, you hit that support button, get yourself into the support program. We are currently awaiting 3 codes, one with 2k Essence Stones, Mana Power Extract, Gold, and other things as well to come. There's 3 more codes after this, guys, so do not miss out. It's free to support. Click that button. It's in every comment and every video description. All you got to do is click it, join the support program, and I will send you guys codes as soon as I get them. And they'll come into this page where you log in and get them, and then you'll be able to use them in the game and get yourself some free stuff. The 2,000 Chaos Instance Stones are going to be massive, especially because if you want to get those collab units, you're going to need as much resources as possible. Now, before I go any further again into the video, I want to say a big shout out to Jsto, Sod, Talio 101, Jeff, 351 175 807 482, Connor, and 684, and everybody else who's been joining and taking care of business on the support program. Thank you so much for supporting me. I'll get you guys the codes very soon. All right, guys, back to the actual game. Now, Sung Jin Woo That's right. You're going to be getting yourself a very hard mode coming very soon. You should also be focusing on finishing your remnant power. Everybody should be doing WOBLs, right? And if you have not been doing WOBLs, you should be working on this. I got the extra ticket there. You guys can see there's Yogamont right there. Very hard mode completed on free to play. I usually focus on my free to play when I do regular videos just to make it more hopefully make it more relatable. And then of course we have the remnant power here, which I'm trying to build up at 75. Here's where I'm at currently, right? And we're almost there. We're almost done. So I'll be able to finish this and then probably start focusing on Brawn next and complete that as well too. So you should be able to get a total of 100k power once you've done this. Now this is a big one, obviously. Work on your gems. We talked about that. Now Sun Jinu specifically, guys, the current build that everybody should be focusing on and the blessing stones and skills everybody should be focusing on are pretty straightforward now, okay? So first off, stats. Precision, you should be able to get that pretty much through your gems, right? I'm at 92%, more than enough to handle it. Your gems should pretty much have one full page of precision, tier 5, tier 6 gems, and then the other page you can have some crit damage, defense pen, with a little bit more precision. Your call on that, okay? So that will be fine. That way you're not wasting any stats on precision themselves, and you can focus specifically on getting yourself the more important stats. Now, I have 200 in intelligence for a reason. That's only specifically to reduce the cooldown of my skills. I don't have Intuit. If you have Intuit, 200 is perfect. If you have mythical Intuit, I believe it's 275. So either way, you will want a little bit of intelligence just to make your cooldowns appear faster. Especially, it works really well with Reawakening. You can get an extra 2 seconds off your cooldowns, giving you the ability to do your skills more often, which equals more damage, right? The rest will go in strength. The only reason why you would put agility is if you have one of the blessing stones. I forgot what it was called, thunder something, believe. Maybe lightning something, but lightning speed, I think it's called. Lightning speed is this one over here. Yeah, lightning speed, there you go. This one you'll have as well the same amount of agility as you would intellect, depending on your actual tier. So the stats are pretty straightforward. Strength, intelligence, usually the best one, and then you put a little bit into agility if you are using the lightning speed blessing stone. Don't personally recommend it. Just intelligence one is enough with Intuit, but it's your call on that. It's really good for BOT and stuff, right? Speaking of skills, okay, so the main skills currently that are being used most often right now, depending on the content you're doing and what weapon you're using. If you're using Stormbringer, a lot of people are using still the high-speed rotation with Vacuum Wave, and then of course DKD to do more damage. If you're also, you can also use the Wind Shroud, which is the Sonic Stream, and it's still, of course, one of the stronger moves in the arsenal for Wind. Now, if you are using Dark, of course, Magnifying Slash is still stays in effect, and of course the dispersion is still really powerful, and some people are still using Sunder here, right, for POD, specifically POD. Now where SJW lacks is water. Water has one okay break in terms of Iceberg. You could use that. It has no Sonic Stream, which is unfortunate. It does have this skill here, which is called Cold Ice. Not very good personally. I mean, it's okay debuff, and right over here as well too, on point. Once again, not strong enough. The best skill I think for water right now currently is either going to be the Sequent Explosions, only if there's a breaked opponent, because you do 250% more damage, or you can use over here the Cold Storm, which does fairly decent damage, plus does damage over time, and it doesn't interrupt as well too with the freeze, right? So that's not a bad one. And then of course Light has a couple decent ones. We have Electric Shock, you have yourself right over here Enlightened Break, which is not bad. You have of course Double Down, which is important, probably one of the best ones. And then if you need to have Multi-Shadow Strike, which is not bad. So these aren't bad options. The best ones are still going to be Double Down right over here and Sonic Explosion if you're using that one, okay? Oh, sorry, Electric Shock, sorry. And then for fire, it's going to be Detonation over here, which is really strong. And then of course you have yourself Sonic Explosion right over here, which is also very powerful. So those two are the best ones. So you want to focus on all of those skills if you possibly can to get them up. Now in terms of Blessing Stones, the best ones currently for SJW are pretty straightforward. It's going to be Sharp Perception right over here. It's going to be right over here with Pulverize, right? The other ones are very situational, by the way. So Sharp Perception, Pulverize, Reawakening, Bloodlust. Those are your best ones. Intuit, very important as well, too, if you plan to use the other stuff. And a couple of honorable mentions, of course, is Weakness Detection, Boss Layer. Remember, all of these all have diminishing returns as well. If you have too much elemental power, for example, this is going to have a diminishing return. And Double-Edged Sword. So those are some of the more powerful ones that are currently being in use. Of course, Intuit, Lightning Speed, we did talk about. They still have not fixed First Strike Barrage, so I can't give you much information on that. If you are looking for something with more mana power, then you want to go ahead with Demon Slayer, which will give you guys more mana, especially if you can't control it. This will be really good with Obsidian. And then, of course, Boss Slayer is also a really good option as well, too, that you guys can use throughout the game. Now, in terms of the shield ones or the defensive ones or survival ones, Life is probably the best one. I do enjoy actually Irreversible Road because it gives you additional defense, and some of your skills will base off of defense. Of course, having yourself the where is it? There we go. The Penalty Quest Survival, really good one as well, because when you dodge enough times, gives you defense as well too. And then a couple other ones that you can use along the way. And if you're having trouble surviving, you can of course use Daily Quest Completion to give you more power. Okay, so that will be better right there. And then in regards to the actual QTEs, this is the most important skill you want. Thunderstorm. Everybody should be getting Thunderstorm. I have yet to get Legendary, and it's been screwing me over like crazy. Okay, so make sure you get that. And then over here, Overshadow and Ice Strike are really nice. Squall is really good for breaking. So those are going to be some of your main ones there. Now, from a weapon perspective, at the moment, the best weapon in the game is Stormbringer. You can pretty much use it with the staff or DKD. I wouldn't go too far from that. If you're going to be doing well in dark days, you want to do Plum Sword and Moonshadow Daggers. Make sure you get that as well too. That'll help you boost your power quite a bit. And in terms of gear is pretty straightforward here, guys. You're going to go Obsidian. You're going to go Obsidian here or Expert, depending on the fight, right? So you want to make sure you push that. And from a stats perspective, you want to push as much attack percentage and additional attack as you can. And on this side, you want to get enough crit, where you see from a crit perspective, you'll see here where my crit's at. Hold on a sec. Let me go back to it. Right over here. From crit, I'm almost around 12 to 13k for myself. Crit hit damage, you don't need 220. You can go right above 200 and you'll still be fine. Crit damage increase, I want about 25%. I'm at 24. And defense penetration, depending on what the situation is, about 25% as well. So those stats are going to be the most important stats. Your attack, roughly about 50k is where you want to land at, or more if you can, obviously. You guys can see I'm a 49k, and the reason why I'm 49k, of course, is because of this intelligence here being taken off, and at the same time, some of the gear here can be a little bit lower, right? You guys can see here, this set here will actually give me 50k. The Obsidian set will give me a little bit lower. So for Obsidian, much better for shorter fights, much better for fights that are bursty. And your curse set here is exactly what you want to go with, unless you want to use Infamy as well. Infamy works really, really well as well for him too. So Infamy or Infamy or Curse for the main sets here. And then for BOT, you want to use Toughness or Warmonger. That's all you need. Level 0, level 1, doesn't matter. Don't have to even enchant it. Don't even worry about stats. On this side over here, I've got the wrong one here, obviously. That's why it's this. But you want to put on, there it is. I think this is the one that I normally use. Yeah, this is the one I normally use here. Put this on right there. You guys can see now my attack is 52k. There it is. That was the problem. That was for BOT, by the way. If you're wondering why that was there. So this is Obsidian right there. Again, great for short burst fights. 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Amazing. Keep MP up, even better. For longer fights, of course, Expert still reigns supreme. So you want to make sure you do that. Now, again, as usual, guys, you want to make sure the proper element is put into the bracers for the weapons you are using. And then you want to make sure, again, you have double main stats. So in this case, attack is his main stat. You want to have good damage increase and critical hit damage on this side. And then on this side here, you want to focus on crit hit rate, damage increase, and defense penetration or attack, right? So those are going to be your main ones. So again, main things to focus on. Now, when it comes down to actual cores, attack percentage always on the top. Critical hit damage here or damage increase is up to you, or defense pen, depends what you want more of, right? So attack percentage there, and this is the main core for him. It's going to be the Ancient Wrath Obsession. This one over here is also a really good one, gives you a shield, additional defense, critical hit rate. I try to get my crit rate at least once in this slot, and here these two here should always be additionals. This right here is a problem for me. I need to switch it to additional to get more combat power out of it, okay? So you want to make sure you have that. Now down here, ideally, you want to have this purple one to help you with mana issues, and that's going to be your best friend. Okay, so try to get the purple one if you can for Sung Jin-woo with additional HP. And again, the stat you need is either defense pen, damage increase, or critical hit damage, depending what you're looking for most. All right, so those are going to be the main things to focus on there. Now, outside of that, guys, the only other thing to remind you is to remember to level up your skills, right? If you don't have skills that you're leveling up, you're also missing out on power, so make sure you do that. But those are the current best builds for Sung Jin-woo, especially when it comes down to doing WOBL or POD or Guild Boss. Make sure you get that in. Again, Infamy is a great set as well. Try it out and see if it works for you. Especially with POD and Guild Boss, I found it works extremely well, and especially with Guild Boss right now as well too. Don't forget that you can actually use a support Sung Jin-woo to help your Leonard or your Cha do more damage, especially if you're not doing a really good day for your weapons or your characters, right? So if you have a really bad day that you don't have good weapons for or characters for, go support Sung Jin-woo and support your units that do more damage to help them out, to push out more damage on your end for you to get higher scores. All right, guys. There you guys have it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.